Are we live? Oh, there we are. Oh my goodness. Hey you guys, how are you? I am so glad to be here with you today. We are in our group with, oh my gosh, hang on a second. I know where we are. Junk Journaling Jamboree, and it's the Memorydex event. All of a sudden, when I'm like trying to go live, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I am or what's going on. So, all of a sudden panic sets in, right? Oh, goodness sakes, you guys. Let me just go over here. I need to share this into just a couple of places and make sure that we are showing up where we need to be. I need to make sure I can see comments. Hey, you guys, I'm so glad that you're here with me. Come on in and say hello. Hi, Cheryl, Estella. There's Cynthia with Guided Creation Printables, and she is our designer. She always does these for us, or she has been up to this point, and we certainly appreciate it because she even offers a free printable to everybody. Hi, Linda. So it's always so much fun to to have something to offer everybody, because that's not always the case. A lot of times we are doing these things and we just use things that we have on our own, and so it's always so fun to have something to offer everyone to use along with us, or to watch and then use later. Let me just do something else right here real quick. On my screen it looks okay, but when I look on Facebook we look kind of small. Let me see if I can zoom in a teensy bit more, and because these things are kind of small, right? There we go. I think that'll be better. You guys, I hope I can do Cynthia proud today with her collection. This is one of those days where, I'm looking at all the goodies, and you know what? I cut all my stuff up, so I can't even show you what they looked like on the page, but you can find them. There's a link there to the printables, and I'm sure Cynthia's, from the PDF. Cynthia, if you're still here, what is the name of the actual kit? Because don't you have it over on Etsy too now? What's the actual name of your kit? Hi, Deborah. Hi, Sue. Judy. Welcome, you guys. What is that? Martha, hello. So it's in the Junk Journaling group. But the name of the actual kit. I know the freebie is over in Junk Journaling. What is the name of the kit, though? Hey, Kim. Cindy, hello, everybody. Well, we'll wait. You guys watch in the comments for that. So this is what we're going to do today. So here are, the little things that we're going to use kind of for our backgrounds of our little things. This is kind of the main part of what we're going to be doing today, right? Let me see here. You guys, if you have the closed captions on, you can always go in and turn those off if you're watching from your phone. Can you do that if you're watching? Yeah, you can. Whoops. I got my sound turned on. Okay. Phew, without further ado, let's get going. Hi, Kathleen, Carol. All right, so yes. Wings and blooms. Okay, wings and blooms. Okay, thank you. That's what I was thinking. Okay, she had abbreviated the name of the PDF file, and so I'm like, wait a second, what was it? I am terrible with just letters for things, you guys. My oldest daughter and my husband are always doing that. They'll dream up stuff and just, say it by the few words, and I'm always going, I don't talk in that lingo. You're going to have to use real words with me, you guys. I just don't talk like that. Hey, Jimmy Lou, how are you? Hey, Ruth. Okay, isn't it gorgeous? I love these papers. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to be doing quite a bit of layering up, and it, I think you've watched me enough to know some of what I do is somewhat simple, but at the same time, I hope that you always learn a few techniques, or find something you like that I have done that you want to try. I think sometimes you know, and I think part of the reason that I like to keep it somewhat simple is because I like for you guys to take it and, you know, and then go through and, you know, make it your own. So I want to give you kind of a jumping off point, so to speak. There's Rhonda and Lisa, Carol, another Carol is here, Wendy, you guys, hello. I think I've said hello to everybody. And by the way, we are streaming both on YouTube and Facebook. So if you see me ever making comments to anybody that you don't see, you know, don't worry about it. It's not that you know that you're missing something and you don't know what has happened. So that's probably why they're probably in the other group. Okay, you guys, this is what we're gonna do. Now, I've kind of got a plan. As you know, sometimes as I cut them out, I kind of have a plan. I really had wanted to do something with this, but then as I was going along, I had some other things that I decided to try, and we just have 45 minutes today. So I better get going. Now, I thought this would be a fun one to start with. So what I did was I printed two sets. One set I printed at 100%. The other set I printed at 85%, I believe. And so it made them just a tiny bit smaller. And then the smaller ones I have cut apart a little bit more. And the reason I did that was because if they were just in their same spot, they were just going to be a smaller version of this one. And I'm like, well, okay, that could be a look, but I would rather have them to where I could, you know, arrange them a little bit differently. So that's what we're going to do on this one. And you know, before I get started, I think I will give them just a little hint of ink around the edge. Not too much. I don't want it to too much. Just to give it a little something something. How about that? So I hope I haven't bit off more than I can chew with what I've decided to do. Do you ever do that? Do you ever start something and think, oh, this isn't going to take me long? And then it did. But you know, I'm always doing these, and I think every time I have done this event, I'm like, okay, you know, I've got all the time in the world, and these are just little bitty cards, and it's not going to take me long. And then all of a sudden I look, and I'm like, I've got 3 minutes left, and I'll get my last card done in something like, you know, 3 or 4 minutes, or, you know, maybe 5. And I'm just like, you know, I don't know how that happens. Almost every time I think I've done that. But it works out, right? Yeah, it works out. Okay, what have you guys been up to today? You know, we have a really pretty day. Oh man, hi Ann. We have well, and now that I say that, and it looks like it's starting to cloud up a little bit more again. And man, we got a lot of rain in the night. We've been getting quite a bit of rain, and I'm sure our vegetation will be happy because, you know, a lot of times we get a lot of rain at this time of year, and then once it gets into that summer and that summer heat, that's it. Man, I hope we don't have another summer like last year. That was kind of brutal. We are down in Texas in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and that was kind of brutal. I am not from here. I grew up in Colorado, and then we moved quite around. We moved around several places when my husband was in the Navy. And then we moved back to Denver when he was out. We stayed there for a few years. And then we were transferred up to Minnesota in the Twin Cities area, Minneapolis, St. Paul. And we thought we were going to be there maybe a couple years. And after we were there for about 6 months, things changed. And so then all of a sudden we're like, okay, it looks like we might be here longer. And you guys, we were there for 28 years. And we just finally got to where, you know, he was working to where he could work from home. And we're like, why are we still? I didn't really mind it. You know, I would almost rather have cold than heat. You know, you can layer up yourself. There's only so much you can do to take off clothes, right? Am I right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Cynthia says she has signed a lease that she's going to have a craft room starting in July. How exciting. Okay, now we are going to use some of these little foam dimensionals, and I'm gonna have to cut them apart to be able to get them small enough, I think. Now, some of them I am going to use a whole one. Well, no, I'm not going to, because I only have this one little sheet that I could lay my hands on real quick. And I do want to try to put it on the things that have some space, because we do need to give it some support. Oh, you guys, I'm looking at these now and I don't know if I've got enough dimensionals here. Keep your fingers crossed. We got enough dimensionals. Okay, so there's one. And you know what? So we can keep ourselves moving along, I am going to just start picking these up and laying them down. All I know is I'll just put them in a spot that isn't matchy-matchy with the one that's behind it, right? Oh, I see some people. Oh, thanks so much for sprinkling me out. You guys share, send out the map to my adventures. And what, you know what? When, oh, and by the way, I'm Christy here at My Artful Adventures. And when you say My Artful Adventures, you're talking about you. You're not talking about mine. We all have our adventures, right? So let's put this one over here. You know, actually, I might even trim that off a little bit at the bottom. We'll do that in 1 second. So let me see. Hi, Edith. So Judy says it's gorgeous up in Pennsylvania where she is today. And something else that was pretty. Oh, bright and sunny in Maryland. Oh, it's supposed to be 90. Wow, that seems... Is that early for that kind of temperatures where you are? Sherry? That's one of the part of the country I have not even been in. Oh my goodness, that thing went flying across. And you guys, I tell you, honestly, I just don't think I got time to do it right now. I usually will put a little dot of glue under these things because sometimes they lose their sticky. And I think this one has. I think we better get a drop of glue out there on him. And don't take that bad just because it's misbehaving and I called it him. Don't feel bad for him. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. 84 in Georgia. Nice. Whoops. Guess we don't want it upside down, do we? Then we're just going to sprinkle these around. Oh, boy, I barely got him on there. Oh, you guys, let's see. I had a teeny tiny little piece. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Wanted to make sure I didn't lose one. And I think it would be really fun if, now here's an idea for you. Think about this. If you have the opportunity, I'm just going to glue that one down and leave the top undone. You guys, wouldn't it be fun? Hey there, Roberta. Wouldn't it be fun if you printed it on a little bit of a printable acetate and you could see through? That'd be fun. I thought about doing that, but I didn't have anything to make it work. No, I did not. So, you know, there's that. Sometimes we have these great ideas, but, you know, you can't execute them. Oh my gosh. I hope the FB bots don't take that out of context. Vellum would be pretty too. The reason I was talking about acetate was because you'd be able to see through it. You could use but you would have to turn it into like a transparent background. on a PNG file and do it that way. If any of you ever use Canva, I mean, it is a fabulous thing. And I know there's a free version of it. You guys, maybe I should have laid these out first. Oh my goodness. Well, let's just make them do that. They kind of want to do that. So let's let them. And then I got this teeny tiny one over here, and I thought, oh, that'd be perfect for right there. It doesn't, I think I'll just glue that one down. Well, no, I don't want to. My whole thing was to layer it and give it such, some dimension. So I don't want to do that. I'm so excited. I just saw the other day that I saw some mini dimensionals, and I have some ordered, and I can hardly wait to get them because I'm always having to cut these apart. I always want to use these teeny tiny pieces, so I'm excited to get some little mini dimensionals. Have any of you ever, how many of you use dimensionals very often in your paper crafting? Let me know if you do. I'm kind of curious. Oh, Carol, you always print on vellum? Is that what you're saying? Wax paper, parchment. Yeah, those would be fun to print on as well. But I wanted it completely see-through. And you're not going to get completely see-through with those. Okay, and now we've got some pretty little goodies here that I've pulled out. Let's see here. And then we'll add another couple of dimensionals onto here. And I'm just going to put those straight down the middle so I can kind of give his wings a tiny bit of something. Okay, so yeah, it makes a huge difference if you know, I think I'm going to cut these again. It makes a huge difference if you print on, you know, the kind of paper that you print on. It really does. The quality is so different from one kind of paper to another. And this is a heavier paper. This is kind of a light cardstock weight of paper that I'm using today. And I enjoy using that for things that need a little bit more, what should I say, a little bit more strength. And I think, you know, that making the little cards, it kind of does need some help. I don't want it just on little thin paper. Yeah, and I see in the comments a lot of you are using dimensionals. Yeah, they really give you a little bit of lift and dimension on your project. So good for you. I'm glad to see you're using those. Hey Cheryl, how are you? Judy, all our people who are popping in. So yeah, if I don't say hello, just know I appreciate you all being here. I'm just gonna give those a tiny bend. There's a lot of colors that are similar there, but I like that. I think those are so pretty. Oh my goodness, this was the guy I meant to put on there. That's okay. That is perfectly fine. Let's get a little bit of, let's add something else to him. Let's use some of our, and I'm always using it. You probably wonder if I ever do anything else. And I'm going to today, you guys. You're going to be surprised. You'd be very surprised. Let's put a little bit of this on his. Ooh, that looks pretty. Oh my goodness. You lift it up so you can see. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look where I just put that. Those Nouveau Dream Drops right there. I love that. I think that's so pretty. And then let's add, see what else we've got here. I think we've got so many flowers and stuff. Let's add some little blingy things. Let me open that away from over here. You know what? I have got, sometimes, you know, you find things that are on sale, right? And you pick them up and you're just like, I don't know what I'm ever going to do with it. And then you find something that's like, oh, that's going to be perfect. And I kind of felt that way about some of these. Look at that. Oh, I love it. We're just going to put some of these in the centers of our little, no, we might. We're going to try. We're going to try to do it. Oh my goodness. Boy, I tell you, these little needle nose things, you don't have to leave them uncapped very long. And that tiny bit of glue will just set up. And somebody one time told me, you know, I should like put them upside down, and that just doesn't work because it's like that glue and that tiny bit of air, and it just happens super fast. Let's see if we've got some pink color ones in my stash. Oh yeah. Well, let's just see what else there is. So I've got these. Those would be pretty too. And two colors of kind of pinks. I think I like this lighter one. I think the contrast will be nice. Isn't that fun? Oh, there's some that are kind of clear. Well, that would be even more cool. It just gives a little bit of reflection in there. So that is cool. And just takes a little bit of that. I pulled out a little thing. Oh, that's not very pretty on there. Abort. Don't like that. Let me see. What if we just put a different color in there? Oh, let's see. Here, are these? Let's try this. Looks like it might have a little bit more color to it. We'll try it out. Whoops! Yeah, that has a little more color. I like it. Let's dab it here. Oh, I like that. What do you guys think? Do you like them? How many of you use sequins in anything? Do you ever use a sequin in something? Thank you, Patty. Let's see. Whoops. I already had them down here next to me. Trying to pick them back up. Oh, look at. Let's see, are there any more of those? Here's a teensy one. Oops, I think that's two sequins are stuck together right there. The problem with working on these tiny things, you guys, is that, you know, my hands get all in the way of showing you what we're doing. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay, so now let's add another layer of goodness. Where's my bag? Here it is. Now we could put a teeny tiny little pearl in. Oh, that'd be pretty. Oh, this one has, these are old. I do not know if Stampin' Up! Still has a sheet that is just like this. I hope they do, because I had really stocked up on these, and I tell you what, when they are gone, I'm going to be sad if I can't get them anymore, because there is such a great variety of sizes on that one sheet. Oh, look at that, look at that. Just a little bitty thing. And see what I mean about as you just layer and layer and you just keep, whoop, we need glue. Whoa! Gotta put the glue in or it's not gonna have anything to stick to. I mean, it does have a tiny bit of adhesive, but I don't know that it would stay. Because, you know, a sequin has that, it's not completely flat. It's got that little cupped shape to it. And that glue will dry clear, so I don't know, it might look a little, it might take a little bit of the shiny away out of that sequin, but I think that will be fine. Okay, so there we go. We've got some of that going on. I like it. And then maybe for just, well, shoot, as much fun as we've had with that and all the sparkle. Let's see if we can find our well, I don't see it here. What the heck? I usually keep my little clear bottle of whatever these are, stickles, the ones that's clear. I don't see it there. Okay, well let's go to option 2 then. Let's introduce a little bit of a different green color in here, and we will just whoops, oh my goodness, let's just drag some of this up these leaves. Some of these are gonna have to be cut off. And I don't even like that. I'm sorry I did that. Let me see if I can wipe it off. Yeah, I don't like that. Abort. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I like it kind of like this. Let me go ahead and trim off these down here. That's too big. Let me get my tiny scissors. Then I'm not sure where those holes need to go. You know, let's flip it over. Not sure where the holes need to go for my card, so I don't want to do too much there. And my butterfly, or my dragonfly, I should have inked the edges of his wings because he just kind of hides in there. So maybe if we lift his wings up a little bit more. Oh, you know what? Let's add, where's the clear? Let's add a little clear to his wings. How about that? And that'll make him show up a little bit better. Okay. So now, there we go. Okay. It's kind of a flowery mess. I really like the Nuvo Jimmy Lou. And one of the things I like about, and I like using this clear one. This one is Crystal Drops. And the thing I like about it is it dries a lot faster, I think, than like Glossy Accents. However, I think, I don't know, I haven't had as good of luck if I want to flood an area and make it, you know, look like it's like got a real glossy coat of something. But it's my understanding, I listened to a gal once, she was part of something we were doing, and she was saying that the best one to make the little dot things. Oh, let me grab something here. You guys, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. I was in an event and it was about elephants. And whoop, I got dirty stuff on there. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with an elephant. I didn't like it. This is a paper mosaic. I did this later and I cut all of these little pieces. So then when I'm done, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? There it is. What else am I going to do? These are the little dream drops. And so what the lady from that had a partnership or whatever her affiliation was, she said that the Nouveau Dream Drops make the easiest dots. So I mean, they look like the enamel dots, and so she said, so they're like dream drops, and she said they're the easiest to get the little, you know, just the little enamel bead look shapes more perfect than any of the other ways to do it. And so I thought, well, okay, well, I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to take her advice. You guys, we got to get cracking here. Look, I'm going to be in the same situation that I laughed about before. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We are going to take this and we're going to cut it. We're going to cut right up this up between these two guys. Okay. Okay, I don't like that part. Let's cut right at the fence post. It looks like I didn't know what I was doing. Well, and I might not know what I'm doing. Okay, now we are going to take our little blade and we are going to come in here and we are going to try to release some of this. Look, for anybody that was here the other day when I cut right through my my craft mat, look at me. I'm actually using this cutting mat. Oh, you guys, I could not believe I did that. I was so irritated. I'm so used to having this to where it doesn't matter because that's what these are made for, right? These are, you know, like they call them a self-healing mat. And so they are meant to do that. Well, your little non-stick craft mats, they are not. And I could not believe I did that. And then somebody says, well, I wondered why you were doing that. Because I didn't pay attention. Okay. Let's see if that's, I'm not sure this. Let me release this a tiny bit more. So maybe it'll be easier. Okay, and then over here, this one I think we are going to do the same thing with part of it. I don't know how much it will need. So I thought this would be fun. Now this one, okay. I don't know. Let's see. Let's check it out. Yeah, this is a cricket mat. This? No, it's cricket, but it's like the big cutting mat thing. It's not like the one you put in your cricket. Is that what you mean, Cynthia? It is not one of those. It's just the big cutting mat. And if, you know, and if that one gets ruined, I have one that I used to use for sewing, and so I know that one for real is a self-healing mat, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, we need to cut a little bit more out. You guys, I'm just gonna be honest here. I'm a little spooked using craft knives. I have done terrible things with the craft knife. So, but you know, sometimes that's the only way you can get what you're going for, right? And I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out a little bit more. Actually, this blade probably could use, or this knife could probably use a new blade. I don't even know if I have one. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if that's enough, you guys. Okay, I did it. I did it. Okay, now I'm just going to put a little glue on the bottom to hold it in place. And that way we can kind of give the top a little bend if we want to. I always feel like I'm doing this. I feel like I'm tacking down stuff. Like when you're sewing and you're just tacking down a little something. Okay. There. Okay. And now, speaking of acetate, we are going to cut a little strip of acetate. It doesn't have to be much. This is probably, I don't know, I'm just going to cut a long strip because I might need more than one piece. Okay, so now we're going to tuck that in there. And, you know, I should have tested this out. I hope that this glue will hold on this acetate. It's been so long since I did something like this. I don't really remember what I used to secure it with. Probably this. That's mostly what I use most of the time. I think that's good. I think it's going to stay. And then the longer, you know what, I'm gonna trim some of this down, you guys, so it can wiggle more. I want it to kind of be fluttery. And then we'll put this down here. Then we got our I need to put some glue. I'm going to put it on both sides so it'll stick to the little fence and the other part. There. Okay, what'd you think of that idea? Okay, and I put out a tiny bit of some moss to put at the bottom. Yes, it's not paper, it's acetate. It's actually acetate. Do such cool things. Well, Stephanie, thank you. Because usually I go into these things thinking, oh my goodness, I hope they don't take away my paper crafting card. They're going to take my credentials. And we'll just put some down here. Oh, that stuff is kind of, well, that has a mind of its own. I have to put way more glue. I think the other stuff I had like this before was a little easier to deal with. There. And we don't have to put it all across. I mean, just like, you know, a tiny bit. That one needs glued down though, it's loose. I tell you one thing about this mossy stuff is it'll kind of cling to itself and get tangled in itself, and so sometimes you really don't have to do a lot with it. Let's go ahead and let's put some other fun stuff on our butterfly. And see, then I've got this other piece that I can, you know, use over here if I want to on this corner. Oh, I kind of like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and let's put some dimensionals on that and stick that on there. Thanks, everybody. I'm glad you like that. It's fun. I tell you what, there's just so much you can do with paper, you guys. And I think it's such an excellent medium that people who don't do anything with it, I think they're missing out. And they don't even know it, do they? They don't even know. Now look how much, when you just lift it up that tiny bit, then you've got some shadow behind it, and it already has some dimension, right? See, doing that with the hummingbirds. Yes. Oh yes, where is my hummingbird? Oh my goodness. Well, I kind of wish this guy was floating the other way. Where's our other little piece? That's the problem with acetate. It's clear and it's hard to find, right? Oh my goodness. I was going to use that on this one. Well, you know what? I still can. Thank you for saying that, Stephanie. Thank you very much, my dear. There we go. There we go. Change of plan. And then this one, I kind of thought that it would be fun on this one to even make the butterfly, you know, make one of the other winged items a more prominent feature. And so that's what I'm going to do on this one. Oh my goodness, my time is almost up, you guys. Oh, well look, I've almost got I've got my 3. You can see where you're going, right? You know, up after me is Cynthia. So I can hardly wait to see what Cynthia is going to do with her own. It's fun watching people make stuff with their own designs, right? Lots of fun. Now this one, I tell you what, this looks like a jumbled mess, and it really kind of seems like it needs something else. But you know what? Sometimes isn't that way. It kind of is. We'll talk about wildflowers. I'm going to call it wildflowers. It's wild everywhere, right? And then this one we've got with our little acetate and our fun little hummingbird up here. I think that's fun. So we can, and I'm probably going to add some more of the little sequins and you know, do some work on that and kind of probably do some more dream drops and things. And so I'll take some pictures when they're all done. But, and then this one, I like the way this one is going. It's kind of simple and yet still fun. We still got that fun butterfly in there, right? Let me look and see what's going on, right? Yes, Stephanie, I only use the freebies. That's all I used today. So in fact, I think usually that's all I do. So often I am, you know, one of the first people in the event, and yeah, I usually only do that. So yeah, there's the full set, and then there will be one. We're also next Tuesday will be our junk journaling day, and we'll be using the same set, and we'll have the full set. But you can go and, you know, check that out too. I'm sure. I don't know if she's got the whole set ready for the ready for her Etsy shop. Oh, words are hard. Words are hard. You keep your acetate from crafts and stickers and things. Yes, Adela, that is an excellent thing. And so you should, because it doesn't take much. Look at this one. All that we used was this piece that was only this big. And that's easy to get a chunk of that. So I can copy how you did the hummingbird. Yes. Yes, you can. Or you can, do the butterflies, the dragonflies, whatever you want with that same method. And I really was planning to do more than one of those like that, and I didn't get that far. So I don't know. I kind of like it like this with just one. It really gives it its own little importance to the piece, right? You guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. And we're going to go over and see what Cynthia is doing. So you guys, come hang out with us. It's going to be a great day. Oh my goodness, our ladies always come up with the most wonderful ideas for some of these things. So I will, when I'm done, I will finish and put the pictures of the completed ones in the group. Thanks so much. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was going to say, something has changed about my software setup. And I'm like, the other day I couldn't even find the finish button. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.